It was a cold, rainy Thursday evening in a quiet town in Texas. Mike Lawson, a struggling single dad and owner of a small auto garage, was locking up for the night. Business had been slow for months. With bills piling up and his daughter asleep at home with the neighbor, Mike was just trying to get through another long day. As he stepped outside, a faint sound caught his ear, a soft cry coming from behind the building. Cautiously, he walked toward the noise, flashlight in hand. Behind the dumpsters, under a torn plastic sheet, he spotted a woman curled up with a young boy in her arms. They were soaked to the bone, shivering, and looked like they hadn't eaten in days. "Ma'am," Mike asked gently. "Are you okay? Do you need help?" The woman looked up with fear in her eyes. Her face was bruised, her lips split. The little boy clutched her coat tightly, terrified. "Please don't call the police," she said shakily. "We just need somewhere to stay for the night. We'll leave in the morning." Mike hesitated. He didn't have much, barely enough for himself and his daughter. But he couldn't just walk away. Something about the woman's eyes reminded him of his late wife, the same kind of silent pain. He took off his jacket and wrapped it around the boy. "Come inside. It's warm in the office. I've got some soup on the stove." Inside the garage office, Mike gave them blankets, dry clothes, and whatever food he had left. The woman was hesitant, watching every move he made, but the boy slowly relaxed, eating quietly and curling up on the couch. After some time, she spoke. "My name is Rachel," she said. "This is my son, Caleb." Mike nodded. "I'm Mike, single dad too. You're safe here." A tear welled in Rachel's eyes. "We've been running for days, from my husband, from his family. They tried to kill us." Mike was stunned. "Why would they?" Rachel hesitated, then whispered, "Because I found something. Something I wasn't supposed to see." Mike didn't press. He could tell she wasn't ready. But just as he stood to grab more blankets, Rachel looked up and added, "My full name is Rachel Ward from the Ward oil family." Mike froze. "Ward Oil, one of the richest oil dynasties in Texas." "You're that Ward." Rachel nodded slowly. "And if they find us, they'll make sure we disappear." Mike didn't know what to think. The woman sleeping on his office couch didn't look like the heir to a billion-dollar oil empire. She looked like someone barely surviving, but the fear in Rachel's voice was too real to ignore. Over the next few days, as the storm passed and Rachel regained some strength, she slowly opened up. She had married into the Ward family young, charmed by wealth, power, and promises of security. But behind the mansion walls, everything changed. Her husband, Eric Ward, became controlling and abusive. The more Rachel asked questions about the business, the colder and more violent he became. Then one day, while cleaning out an old office at their estate, Rachel found a hidden flash drive. It contained financial records, emails, and documents, proof that the Ward oil empire had been built on corruption. Illegal land grabs, bribes, pipeline disasters covered up with fake reports, even deaths hidden with payouts. She confronted Eric. The next day, she was nearly killed in what police called a car accident. But she knew it was no accident. Someone had tampered with her brakes. That night, she took Caleb and ran. "They'll never let me expose them," she told Mike, clutching the flash drive like her life depended on it. "They've paid off cops, lawyers, even reporters." Mike wasn't rich or powerful. He was a single dad barely making rent. But he had one thing going for him. He knew right from wrong. And he couldn't let this woman and her son get swallowed by a monster of a family. He called in a favor from an old friend, Natalie, a journalist in Houston known for exposing corporate crimes. When she saw the documents, her face went pale. "This isn't just a scandal," she said. "This could shut them down for good." And Natalie went to work. Within a week, Rachel's story hit national news. Photos of her bruised face, screenshots of the emails, environmental lawsuits reopened, public outcry exploded. The Wards denied everything, calling Rachel a bitter, unstable ex, but the evidence was too strong. Investigations began. Shares of Ward oil plummeted. Rachel and Caleb were placed under federal protection. And Mike, he quietly went back to his garage, until the day Rachel returned, safe and smiling, holding Caleb's hand. "We're starting over," she said, "and we want you in our lives." Mike looked at Caleb, who now smiled without fear. Sometimes, the richest things in life aren't oil, money, or power. They're safety, truth, and people who care when no one else will.